Good to go.
All right, folks, here we are for another awesome day. We get to meet some incredible business owners from not just the local area, but around the world. And we got a very special gentleman here and I'm just going to allow him to introduce himself because, I mean, he's a gentleman that loves to be in front of cameras and helping people through video. So I don't want to do him any injustice. And I just let him go ahead and introduce himself so we can go live. So go right ahead, Kurt.
Hey guys, Kurt Schneid here, executive producer with Brand Ready Media. At Brand Ready Media, we help businesses achieve their company objectives through the use of video production. I'm happy to be here with you guys today. Thanks for having me.
And it's good. It's good to have you, Kurt. And so listen, so one of the conversations we want to have today, or one of the main topics is that, Tyler and Drew and I are talking to business owners about is basically, how are businesses surviving during this time of maybe confusion in business? And we do know that, you believe in video. I mean, that's the business that you do. So tell us a little bit about what you and your team are doing currently to not only survive, but thrive during this time.
Well, Eric, it really comes down to mindset and persistence. Regardless of what the challenges you or your business face in day to day, year to year, you have to have the right mindset and you have to persist through. It's that simple.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So how many, so I know that you have a team of people behind you, right? How many members in your organization?
So we're a team of 4, and then we farm out or sub out as necessary for different video productions. Video is a team sport, and so you can't run the cameras, the lights, and the microphones all by yourselves. But then again, once you do some filming, you can repurpose that footage in producing products for companies over and over and over again. So we're a core team of 4. And the way we've been adapting and adjusting is to just do things like this, to get on video conferencing in the morning, to check in about our clients, our sales, who's following up with what. We use Dropbox to share files and then upload things to the internet and do client reviews, things that we used to do in person to have that personal touch. We've just kind of pivoted. And I think that's the great thing about our technology that we have access to now, is that it allows you to pivot. If you are in the right mindset, if you do want to continue to do business, you have that opportunity. You just got to get up and get it.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. Man, that is awesome. So tell me a little more about what exactly, but my thing is right now, I know that you guys are in different locations, and let's say you get a job and you're able, you need to provide a service to your clients. How are you guys linking up to make these videos happen? Because, I mean, obviously you do need to meet up somehow. So how are you adapting to that? How are you making it all happen?
So a lot of the filming that we do requires 6 to 8 feet of distance anyway. And so if we have an interview that we're going to do with somebody, we're going to sit them in this chair over here. We're going to sit in this chair over here. We're going to set up the camera in this position. We're going to set the subject of this filming about 6 or 8, 10 feet away anyway. We can have them put their own microphone on themselves, or we could bring in a boom mic and stay 8 feet away and just get that boom mic over their head. So there's a lot of things that our business in particular already has as components that lend itself to staying apart. Now, as far as cleaning up the studio and making sure that it's safe and keeping ourselves healthy, those are all personal integrity things. You got to wash your hands. You got to, you just got to maintain your own health integrity and make sure that if you have been exposed to people who are sick, that you let others know. Right? You have to say, hey, you know what? Maybe it's not so good that I participate in, or maybe we hold off on a week. And so you owe it to your friends, you owe it to your clients to have that integrity to say, hey, look, I've been locked up in the house now for 3 weeks. I'm not sick. It's not that I couldn't get sick. It's just that I haven't left the house in 3 weeks. So I know I'm not sick. And if you need to go out and do some things, just be responsible about it.
Outstanding. I say, Ty, I know you guys have some questions too, so I want to let you guys go ahead and shoot some down range.
Hey, I would love to jump in. I know you've got a rock star staff, and if there's one thing that this time and this place and this world that we're in has taught us is that no one succeeds alone. So you want to brag about your staff a little bit, because I know
Absolutely.
they put the work in for your clients.
Absolutely. I oftentimes get the opportunity to be the loudmouth of the company, but you're absolutely right. Our creative director is actually the leader of our company. He's a veteran. His name is Brian McLemore, and he is the #1 cinematographer that I know in Northern Virginia. And that's why I wanted to partner with him. Before partnering with Brian, all my best stuff was with Brian. And so it's really great to be able to sit down with a client, understand what they're trying to do, which is my role, and figure out, what is this plan to achieve the objective. But then once we have those scripts written and we have that plan in place, we hand it off to a guy like Brian, and he brings it to life. He's the reason why all our videos look the way they do, sound the way they do, is because of his creativity. Christy Simmons is on the team, and she does business development, script writing, and she's an incredibly creative person. She's got the best work ethic of anybody I've ever worked with. Morning, noon, and night, that girl is up and getting it, and it's just a real pleasure to work with her. Our youngest team member is a guy named Josh Conwell, and he was an intern with us, and he showed some promise. I know his dad from the Real Husbands of Loudoun County group. And I said, sure, your kid can come over and be on our team for the summer. But he proved himself in the summer, and when he graduated, we offered him a job. So Josh is on the team, and he's our big, strong horse that carries all the stuff and helps out in production. So thank you for allowing me to do that. At Brand Ready Media, it really is a team. I said it before, video is a team sport. You can't do it all by yourself, and we've got a great team.
And that's a great point. No one can do anything alone.
Got to shout out the staff, especially if they're killing it. I when you got on, like first thing, as soon as you got on, man, your energy, you start talking mindset. You're getting me fired up over here, man. I might break a bar stool if you keep talking. I gotta know.
He can film that too, right?
I gotta
As long
know.
as you do it on video. As long as you do it on video.
Thanks, guys. I gotta know, like, how do you maintain that during this? You said you've been in the house for 3 weeks, man. How are you keeping that mindset and that positive attitude the forefront of what you do?
So, I've really been forced to go back to prayer time, having time, getting up early, getting into the routine. I joined a book club that's going through Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And if you haven't done that, I highly recommend it. It was something I did years ago, and I kind of blew through it, right? I didn't really jump into it. Now we're diving deep into Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And it's all those influences, having accountability partners, eating right. When this thing first started, the first week, all I did was eat. And I just couldn't stop eating. I'm in the house, and every time I'd step away from the computer, I'm eating and eating and eating. So I had to join an accountability group and say, hey, look, we're going to do some cleansing. We're going to get healthy. We're going to do a little exercise. I get my kids away from the computer. They're on the tablets, and they're doing mindless games and watching kids on YouTube play video games. They're not even playing video games, man. They're watching somebody else play video games. It's the most mindless thing I've ever seen. So I got to strip them out of there, get them outside. Let's walk, let's run, let's do some stuff. But it's like I said in the beginning, the challenges that we face now are the same challenges that we've faced in previous years. It's just a new name. And if you have persistence and mindset, you can overcome those challenges. So that's my recommendation, is to kick yourself in the ass and get in the right mindset. If you need accountability, find an accountability partner. There's 5 great accountability partners right here on this call. Find one, reach out, and get it done.
Great. That's great, man. Thank you for that.
Hey, so let me tell you,
I think.
the funny thing, go ahead, Ty. You had something to say?
Oh, I
You're
was
saying
just going to say I love it, and it's one of those things that we talk about is ensuring that we have a daily routine that pushes us towards excellent. And I know you and your team have that, and it's great to hear that. I appreciate it with the book recommendation. It's a fantastic book. What are some other things that you might recommend? You said getting out and exercising. Some other things that you might recommend to people that maybe have had that drastic break in routine. What are some other things that you think people might want to tune into?
So, we keep talking about the team, we keep talking about accountability, right? And all of that is based on the principle of good relationships. And good relationships are not about what you can get out of them. Now, like we talk about, like we need these things, but if you can spend some time in giving back, nothing financial, nothing physical, but just of your time, of your energy, of your concern, reaching out to people, say, hey, you know what? I'm in the house for 3 weeks. I'm reaching out to people. I thought of you and I just wanted to check in. It's been a while. How are you doing? How are you faring? And try to have some real, authentic conversations. Build those relationships so that down the road, when you need to call upon those people and say, hey, Eric, I really could use an accountability partner in this. He says, oh yeah, I know you. I like you. I trust you. I'm here for you, right? You want to just build those relationships and help you maintain that routine, help you maintain that mindset to push you to grow. Nobody grows in a period of comfortability. If everything's honky-dory in your life and you got plenty of money and there are no challenges, what's the motivation to grow? Right? Strip away the money, strip away the clientele, strip away all that comfortability. And now all of a sudden you say, wait a second, I need to flex a little bit. I need to get out there. I need to improve my processes. I need to improve my marketing. I need to improve my relationships. And that's what the beautiful thing of this squeeze of the fire that you're under the pressure that you're under right now, is that it's going to force people to get better. You're gonna improve and persist, or you're going to fade away. Go get a job.
Absolutely agree with that. The whole difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, and then, how relationships are always evolving based on, whatever it is that's going on in the moment in time. So it does take for us to really dive deeper into our relationships now, because this is really a time of care. We need to care for one another. Now I have a question for you. With all these things going on right now, what is the biggest obstacle you're facing currently when it comes down to, keeping those relationships and continue to develop new relationships in your business?
For us, it's finances, right? I mean, just the uncertainty of everything has got the whole world is now holding on to what they have, and they want to just wait out the storm. And so video, though it's not expensive, it's a great return on investment, requires some investment, some time, some effort, and some money. And so if you don't have the capital investment, it's hard to justify, or it's hard to execute on production. But again, it's an investment you can get a return on. So there are companies who see the value, who need to communicate to their audiences right now. And an iPhone video isn't going to do it. They can't do it on Zoom. It doesn't fit their brand. So they are investing in saying, look, we want to spend a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, a little bit of money to make something that's really valuable in this time for our audience. And those are the types of things that we can work with. Our business hasn't stopped. It has slowed greatly, but it hasn't stopped. And people who weren't in the pipeline before this started are now in the pipeline for that very reason. So I think that the mindset is important, but having the resources and stewarding your resources well is also important. Hold on. I totally understand. I'm doing the same thing. I'm holding on to things. I'm not spending frivolously, but I still am spending. I paid for a training last week. Got on there. So I'm going to do some personal development. I know this trainer. I like this trainer, and they're offering a class. I'm going to invest some of my money in this trainer and help out local businesses. Order food from a local restaurant, help out a local business. Find a neighbor who's elderly that shouldn't be going to the grocery store right now, and buy him a bag of groceries. Invest in those relationships.
Man, we're absolutely, man. I think it's awesome to be with like-minded people with love, your type of thinking, because that's really what the purpose of the lab is. The lab is for us to, we like to bring business owners onto the platform and for us to share ideas and learn from one another. And the thought is, the more the more businesses we bring together, the more we share stories, the more we learn from one another. I think this is going to be great. Actually, I was really looking at your website, and there was a statement that you made on the website that I saw, and it stood out to me. and the statement said, stories engage our emotions. And by reading that, like, I really want to know what drove you to put that on your website and what that means for you guys as an organization.
So video for the sake of video it's not really impactful. But if you can direct attention and elicit emotional response, that's sales. Early on, when I was a young man, I did some jewelry sales. I worked at a place that sold jewelry. And if a young couple came in looking for an engagement ring, I would always talk to them about how they met. How did they fall in love? When did you know that he or she was the one? And when you stir up all those emotions and then you bring out the ring, they go, yeah, this is a done deal. I'm buying today. Otherwise, they might be, we're kind of shopping. But you're building a rapport, and it's that emotional connection that makes you get out of the Rocky movie and you're dancing around and you want to go fight somebody, right? Right? Or you come out of Saturday Night Fever and you're out there dancing away. It's that emotional connection that you have that makes that, right? And so it's really important in business videos that we sit down with the business owner, and this is our process. We first have to understand what your brand is, what are your core values, what do you stand for, and who is your target market? And in that target market, who are the buyers that resonate with that? Because not everybody in that target market is going to resonate with your core values. But we want to identify those who are. And what are those key performance indicators to get that audience to behave in the way that you want? How do we write creative messages and produce pieces that actually walk that target market down this buying process from prospect to actual client?
That's great, man. It sounds like you're talking about, like a kind of like a funnel, right? A funnel of people that you're actually specifically targeting so you can continue to grow your business. And that's super interesting.
When I started my business, I was doing Discovery Health Channel programs. It was all about broadcasting to the masses and writing messaging for the mass audience. And since I left there, started working with businesses and helping them understand the power of having your own channel, whether you use Vimeo or YouTube, wherever you house your videos, you can have your own repository of video, of content that you can then send out that people can find you. And then once you identify your target market, your hunting list, I call it, right? These are the people, these are the clients, these are the customers that I want to have. These are the companies I want to work for. You identify them. Now you can start to send messages from your repository directly to those people so that they get it. You're not spending time, effort, and money to reach a bunch of audience members that'll never buy from you. That's a waste. Figure out who are the 10 people I want to sell. Just make 10. I want to sell these 10 people or these 10 companies. Create an avatar. Get on LinkedIn, find them, and then reach out, build a relationship and say, look, I really want to work for you. Eric, I really want to work for you. I really want to produce videos for you. I really do. You're my kind of guy. Right? Now I can start, right now I'm going to twist your arm until you come off the Schneid and right, like, here we go. And so you can identify 10 clients and figure out, look, I'm not trying to sell 10,000 widgets. My business, I want 10 new clients. And Eric, you're one of them, right? And this guy's one, and this guy's one of them. And I'm going to start to send messages directly to you that are curtailed and designed specifically so that you see the value of investing in yourself by partnering with a company like ours.
Man, that's outstanding. Drew, I think
one of the things that I love about that, and I loved when I was looking through your website and briefly talking to you before, was the authenticity, right? We get people that can stand up and go, hey, I want to sell something, but the people that are really authentic about who they are, what they want out of life, and what they want to bring across is very important. So can you talk a little bit more about people who might be nervous about getting into video? A little bit more about their authenticity and what they can do and what they need to bring to a video?
Absolutely. One of the biggest challenges is that cameras have a magical component to them. And if you think about it, no matter how polished somebody is, no matter how rehearsed they are, how familiar they are with the content, no matter how authentic they are, once the camera turns on, we get nervous. It happens to everybody. I've talked
Yep.
to big Hollywood actors. They say the same thing. In rehearsal, they're fine. And then all of a sudden the camera starts rolling and you get nervous. And that just happens. But I think it comes down to desire. And if you really desire to achieve the objective, if you really desire to communicate to the audience, if you really desire to change somebody's life, then you will accept that time in the fire. You will accept that pressure. And you'll do whatever it takes to communicate to that audience, hey, I have something that can help you. I have a product I want to sell. I have a service I want to deliver. And, you know, if you have a mission, something that people can get behind, something other than, I want to make money, right? Like, okay, everybody wants to make money. But if you really want to change the way people do business, or you really want to help them in a way, and that passion is in you, it's authentic, as you say, in you, then you have to have a desire. You have the responsibility to intensify your desire so that you communicate that to that audience on camera in an effective and authentic way. You just got to do it.
That sounded like a commercial right there towards the end, right? You guys heard that? That's awesome. We got to taking notes. All right, so I know that earlier we talked a few times. We had a chance to talk one-on-one and earlier today, and we know that you and your company are constantly looking to do things back for the community, right? And one of the things that we really appreciate about the people that we bring onto the lab is that we love talking to people that are like-minded, that don't want to not only do business, but want to just contribute back to, you know, the communities to get to effect. So tell us a little bit about some of the things that you guys are doing to change your communities, or to help your communities.
I've always been very involved in my church, and video is a great way to help support the church and communicate messages. And so I'm really proud to do that. On the public side of things, we support a SCAN of Northern Virginia. That's Stop Child Abuse Now. And it's an amazing organization. I think it's 30 some odd years old down in Alexandria. And it's just great philanthropic people committed to improving the lives of children. And it's unfortunate in our modern day that there are still situations where children are not being treated well, that they are being abused. And you know, if I had a magic wand, that would be one of the first things that I eradicate on the planet would just be to wipe that out. And so if you haven't participated in a SCAN event or found out about them, SCAN is Stop Child Abuse Now, and they're in Alexandria, Virginia.
That's outstanding. That's awesome. I mean, anything that we can do to help, please let us know. Here at the lab, we support. And, you know, we love helping anyone that we can help. So listen, one of the things that we really want you to know is the fact that you have a partnership here with Drew, Ty, and I, and what we're looking to do is build this platform. So as you continue your journey through video and even through the situation of COVID, we want you to know that if there's anything that we could do to continue to help you to gain an audience, please let us know. Right, so I have a question for you, and then this is like this is one that's going to throw you off, right? And it's something that we ask most of the people that we bring on, and you ready? It's a simple question, but it's going to make you think a little bit. You ready? All right. What keeps you up at night?
Integrity. It's anger. I've always struggled with anger, and I want to be a man of integrity, and I want to do business with people that have integrity. And oftentimes, as a giving soul, there are people in the world who are takers, and you oftentimes get taken advantage of, and it infuriates me that I have to change the type of person God created me to be to protect myself from people that would take advantage of that. And so what keeps me awake at night is anger, is frustration. And it's just dealing with, you know, in my mind, I want to go beat people up, but behaviorally, I can't go through world smacking on people. Right? And I struggle with that because it would be a lot easier if I could just go swat somebody. But I have to be a man of integrity. I've got 3 sons, and they are little mirrors of me. And so I learned my lesson this month that if I use a cuss word, my little 4-year-old's going to come out with that cuss word. And I have to maintain a level of integrity, not just for my own sake, but for the sake of those 3 boys.
Man, that's outstanding. We love that. I think that, you spoke to Drew's heart, Tyler's heart, my heart, because one of the things that we all struggle as humans, is just, we want to be the difference we want to see in the world, and we fighting every single day to do something, whatever we can, right? And I guess this call is not only serves for business owners, but he serves for us, all of us as humans, right? If we all strive to pay it forward, to make a difference in the world, to do something that is going to change the communities that are at the core of our communities, I think that ultimately we can all make a difference in the world. So we appreciate you being open to share that with us. Ty, Drew, you guys got anything else for Kurt?
I got 2 things, one important and one stupid. Okay. The important one first. Where can people get in touch with you? What's your website? How do people go, hey, he might be right, I can't go out in public, so I got to do video. How do I get a hold of Kurt?
So you can find me on LinkedIn. Our company is Brand Ready Media. My name is Kurt Schneid, and we're at brandready.com.
Okay, and the stupid thing. What's on the jukebox, and would you play us a song?
All right, here you go.
Yes! We're winning now.
Oh, he has.
I don't know what that one was. G7.
I want a jukebox.
G7.
Oh, I hear it clicking. I love old jukeboxes, man.
That is awesome.
The Turtles, Happy Together.
Yes! Oh, that's great. All right. I appreciate it. Thanks for humoring me, Kurt.
Drew, you got anything?
I was just gonna see if he had on basketball shorts, but Ty answered that one.
Integrity.
Hey, Kurt.
He's got pants on.
Right.
Hey, Kurt, we just want to thank you on behalf of the lab, my partner Ty, my partner Drew, for coming today and sharing your thoughts and ideas with us and letting us know about how you guys are making a difference in business and video and the world, and just for you to open it up to us and let us know who you really are as a business owner and as a human. And we look forward to continuing to help you and your business grow. Thank you for coming to the lab today. And we look
My
forward
pleasure. Gentlemen, great to be with you. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. That was
awesome,
awesome.
Kurt. Talk to you soon.